All right, so this is how to use a site like the Purdue Online Writing Lab to figure out what your works cited should look like. So if I come back to my practice, one of my sources is a print magazine. So that means I actually have the page, like the magazine, in my hand. This is my source. So if I come back to the MLA style guide, they have the different sources sorted by type. So you've got a page for basic format, books, periodicals, electronic sources. This is where you're going to find a lot of your sources because this is where you would find how to do a page on a website, all that kind of stuff. Now, this example, because it's a magazine, I'm going to come to periodicals. And as I scroll down, they've given me like a general format, but I don't find that particularly helpful. I am going to scroll until I find the type of periodical that I'm looking at for a more specific example. So if I come back here, Scientific American is a pretty basic magazine, but I'm just going to see if there's something that works better. It's not a newspaper. It's not a review or an editorial. It's not a scholarly journal. It's just a regular magazine. So I'm going to come back up to magazine. And do you want actually, now that I look at it, mine does have a volume and an issue. And none of these examples have volumes and issues. So maybe I do want to look at a scholarly journal. Yeah, this is going to be a better example because it has a volume and an issue, just like my others. So this is the only time, my friends, you will ever hear me say copy it from the internet and make it look just like it. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to copy my example. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to plop that example right under my information. And then I'm going to take this example and make my information look just like it. So what do I have first? I have the author. Last name, comma, first name, always. So I'm going to put Lanier, comma, Jaron, period. I'm going to make it look exactly the same. Every punctuation mark, every italic, I'm going to make it look exactly the same. So next item is the title. So here's my title. How should we think about privacy? Because it is a title of an article, it's going in quotes. So how should we think about privacy? And here's another really good example of why your brain's not going to like MLA, because this is the correct way to punctuate it. Question mark, quotation mark, period. And your brain says, but no, that's gross. That's too much punctuation in a row. It's correct. The question mark is part of the title. It goes in quotes because it's part of the title. Period at the end to say this is the end of the title. Okay, next we have the title of the magazine it came from in italics. So, Scientific American. It has a comma after it. Cool. And then that title goes in italics. I'm making it look just like the example. So next I have the volume, VOL period. It is volume 309, followed by another comma. Number and issue mean the same thing, so I'll just use number 5. Whoops, that's not a 5, that's 6. Number 5, followed by another comma. The date, which is November 2013. And in a works cited, you always abbreviate the month even June and July, which is stupid, but it's the rules. So there you go. Then another comma, get my fingers on the right keys, and the page numbers, pages 64 to 71. And now my citation is correct. It looks exactly like the example, all the punctuation's the same. It is absolutely perfect. So now I can get rid of my example. And there we go. That's how to use a source like Purdue to help you with your citations. Now, the tricky part is figuring out which of these categories to use. If you're not sure, come see me and I can help you figure out where you're going to find the information that you need in order to do that works cited.